Guys, if you want to learn how to not goof up, then you better watch this one. Guys, welcome to the Mr. Bubbles channel, where we dish out awesome pressure washing business advice to beginners. I got a good one. I got a great one for you. This is actually a two-parter. Now, I am publishing both at the same time, so as soon as you're done with this one, you can go ahead and click over and watch the next episode as well. Guys, we're going to be talking about 10 mistakes that you have to avoid at all costs if you want to be a successful entrepreneur going into 2025. Now, before we go ahead and jump into today's episode, I wanted to remind you guys that we are doing a giveaway of the Mr. Bubbles Business in a Box. Now, that giveaway is going to last about another week or so, week to 10 days, depending, because we're running it all the way to episode 200, I think this is episode 193 or 194. But anyway, you guys make sure you do not lollygag on that. Jump on that, guys. Your Business in a Box has over 300 before and after pictures, guys, that you can put all your social medias, your Facebooks, your Google My Business, all over the place. Use those pictures as your own. You also have all of my blueprints, all of my PDFs, my marketing materials, and all that. Guys, that's like a $200 value, and all you got to do is just sign up for the membership here through the channel on YouTube. You'll see a join button right below the video. Again, guys, $5 a month. That's a no-brainer. That's your tuition to the Mr. Bubbles Academy. Remember, we are a power washing virtual school where we teach you how to get customers and how to build your own rig, all of that good stuff. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into remember, we're talking about 10 mistakes today. We're going to cover 1 through 5. Let's jump right in. Number one mistake, guys, bad habits. Of course, we're talking about, things to avoid. This is number one on my list for a good reason, guys. I don't know if there's anything that can sink a business faster than the owner of said business having a bad habit of some kind. Of course, we're talking about your vices. If you, for example, if you like to do any drug of any kind, even recreational drugs, if you like to drink a lot, you're an alcoholic, any kind of vice will absolutely sink you like a stone, guys. I mean, it will just sink you to the bottom real fast. And then, you think about your bad habits, guys, like, showing up late, for example. That's a bad habit that can absolutely sink your business. When I started Mr. Bubbles, guys, I used to get up. I got into this habit of getting up every day at 5 a.m. Even if I didn't have any houses to wash, like let's say it was a rainy day or something like that. Guys, it did not matter. I got up every day at 5 o'clock, and every night I was in bed by 9 o'clock, ready to go for the next day. So it takes an extreme amount of good habits, guys, for you to run a business. Now, I want you guys to do some introspection, some self-analysis on this one. Look at your life. Look at the habits that you have. And what I recommend you guys do is, it's really hard for us as adults to change our habits overnight. So what you can do is replace a bad habit with a good habit. For example, let's say, this is just a hypothetical. Let's say this weekend you're planning on spending $300 on betting on a game, on one of the football games. Well, what you can do is with that same $300, order yourself some postcards. Or for that same $300, you can get started on all your LLC paperwork. So now you changed your gambling habit for a habit of investing in your future. That's going to be a lot more profitable for you in the long run, because you're basically, introducing a lot of value. You're bringing back a lot of value as opposed to just losing value. You guys got that? So replace, that's kind of like my advice for you guys. Replace your bad habits with some kind of good habit. That's going to take you a long way. Number 2 on our list. Wow. we're talking about a wrong mindset. Now, mindset's one of those goofy words that when you hear it, you sort of kind of like check out. But I'm going to be very specific here when we're talking about mindset, guys. We're talking about the mindset. I know I've known throughout my life a lot of people that have this mindset. It's a mindset of victim, right? Like a victim mindset. They think that everything that happens bad in their life is someone else's fault. It's where they came from. It's their mama's fault, their daddy's fault, society's fault, the teacher's fault, blah, 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 blah. You know, if you're a perpetual victim, I wouldn't even try to start a business if I were you. You have to fix that first, because entrepreneurs, they are the opposite of the victim mentality. Entrepreneurs have that accountability, responsibility mindset, and that's what I'm talking about, guys. Remember, you are the controller of your own destiny. I want you guys to do a little experiment here with me. I want you to tattoo this on your brain and say this out loud with me, just like this. Excuse me, guys, got something in my eye there. My life is a reflection of the choices I make. Okay, you guys got that? Let me repeat that. Repeat this with me. My life is nothing but a reflection of the choices that I make. Let's go for a third time. My life is nothing but a reflection of the choices that I make. Incorporate that into your being, because guys, it's true. You're an adult. This is not anything from your past. It does not matter. Every day you get to decide what type of life you're going to have. You know, I've often mentioned this on the channel. You know, I don't come from this country. I came here when I was 10. I'm from Brazil, grew up very poor. I was adopted from an orphanage. And, you know, I grew up rough, guys, real rough, you know, didn't come from a family like with a lot of money, real poor family. We were able to come to America. And you know what? But I don't let any of that stuff from my past, where I come from, none of that stuff matters, guys. What I do every day, every decision that I make for myself to achieve my goals, that is all that matters. So remember that mindset, guys, the mindset of accountability, the mindset of responsibility. Stay far, far away from the victim mindset, because, again, guys, that will sink you real quickly. Number 3 on my list. Wow. This is definitely something that I struggled with. Man, I would say that I still struggle with. This is one of the things that I constantly am aware of for myself. And it's this. You have to avoid procrastinating. So don't procrastinate. Guys, this is one of the worst things that you can do as an entrepreneur, especially, guys, especially in this business, because there's so many moving parts, right? To a power washing business, a lot of things that need to be done on the back end. You have to be proactive with your marketing and going out there to get customers. So, guys, if you have this problem, what you do to fix it is, whenever you're trying to postpone something for the next day, just remember this in your mind, like, oh no, Mr. Bubble said, don't procrastinate. Let me get this done right now, whatever it is. Like sometimes, you know, when we come back from the field, this is a great example. So the other day, one of our hoses busted, right? One of our hoses on the reel. Now we have extra hoses. The guys just switch them out to they just switch the hoses out, because we have like 200 extra feet of hose. But anyway, so at the end of the day, I still need to replace that hose, because now they don't have extra hose with them. So yeah, I could wait for the next day, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get that done right now. So, you know, establish that habit for yourself of always doing things right then and there, if it can be possible to be done right then and there. You know, you have, of course, you know, you have work-life balance. You guys have jobs. You guys have families and stuff. But don't procrastinate, guys, because successful entrepreneurs, man, they are very proactive with everything that they do. And this is really going to help you to, again, guys, this is about running a successful, profitable pressure washing business, okay? Number 4 on our list. Wow. This one is really going to hit some of you guys where you live. It's going to hit you where you live. Avoiding toxic people. Guys, wow. Like, man, you know, you guys ever heard that saying? How's it go? You are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. So, that being said, If you hang out with, a bunch of scrubs, what does that make you? Exactly. So, you need to change. Sometimes it's pretty much that simple. Changing your environment around you guys. Through the years, I've avoided a lot of friendships, people in my own family, co-workers. Let me say something about that. In my my personal experience, I never ran into more toxic people in my life than I did in a corporate world. The corporate world is absolutely, guys, it's full of toxic people. Like, wow. Like, it doesn't matter where you work. I guarantee your coworkers, like 80, 90% of them are very toxic people. And, you have to avoid those people. I often mention this. I come from the corporate world. I used to be a store manager for a grocery chain. And guys, I left it because of that toxicity. And, today, I only surround myself with people that are part of the solution of my life. So, if you have people around you that all they do is create problems for you, remember that. You want to surround yourself with people that are part of the solution. Like, for example, me. I am part of your network. I am part of the solution of your life, trying to solve how to become successful in a pressure washing business, right? So surround yourself with more people like that. I'll give you guys a great example. I've mentioned this before. I'm a huge a biker guy. I'll put up a picture here of my bike, actually. What you guys seeing there is my Harley. This is actually my 30th bike, guys. Since I was a teenager, I've had 30 bikes. So, I've ridden across country. I actually drove one time a bike from here all the way to Cancun. So I went across 2 countries, across the U.S. and all, because I drove all the way to Cali. Then I went down TJ all the way down to Cancun through Mexico. So, riding is a big part of my life. Well, I have a group that I ride with on the weekends. Guys, guess what? These guys that I ride with, I am the least successful in that group. There's a guy in that group named Bowie. He is a multi-gazillionaire. There's another guy named Steve. He owns a business. He does about $1 million a month. Again, guys, I am the least successful in that group. I try to surround myself constantly with people that are going to elevate me to the next level. And I highly, highly recommend you guys get rid of all the toxic people in your life. Replace those people with people that can help you achieve your goals. Number 5 on my list. This is the last one, guys. Wow, this one really is something that I've noticed that a lot of people have, and that's the fear of failure, being afraid of failure. Guys, I'm going to tell you straight up. The road to success is paved with failure. Okay, let me repeat that. The road to success is paved with failure. That's the only way that you actually grow and become successful, is by making mistakes and learning from them. And, obviously I have a channel here that's dedicated to teaching you guys not to make the mistakes that I made. But failure is part of the process, guys. Because what happens is, when you decide to run a business, the universe is going to throw all kinds of shenanigans, guys, all kinds of shenanigans your way to try to get you off your game. And that's why you become successful, because you learn to overcome those things. One of the things that we know when we talk about skill sets and how important they are, for becoming successful, one of them is learning how to problem solve. So when you, as an entrepreneur, you come face to face with all those stumbling blocks, you develop systems around those things, and then you get to the next level. I've brought this example up before. I remember I did a house wash once. Absolutely nuked the guy's car with, I was soft washing, and I put that 6%, guys, it was that hot sauce on this guy's car, nuked the paint. There was nothing that could be done. We sent it to like 2 or 3 different specialists to try to buff it out. Nothing could be done. We had to repaint that guy's car. Very, very expensive lesson, right? That was a failure. But because of that failure, we put a system in place. Now, whenever we wash a house, we make sure that they move their cars out of the driveway. Cannot wash a house when there's cars around, because again, you will mess up people's paint. And that's my that is exactly my point, is that you learn from those negative experiences, you grow and you get better. And so, you have to embrace that, guys. I would say, these days, man, whenever something happens, like something negative happens in my company, I kind of smile about it because I know that for every negative, there's several positives coming right around the corner for me. And I want you guys to look at it that way as well. Don't be afraid of failure, guys, because failure is part of the process to becoming successful. But there you have it, guys. I really, really appreciate you guys watching this common mistakes to avoid video. Highly recommend you guys click on the next one. It's already out, so go ahead and you're going to watch number 6 through 10. Also, I mentioned this in all of my videos. Make sure you email me. I got some great resources for you guys, like, for example, the marketing blueprint going into 2025, and then also your pricing guidelines. And we've made some changes to that. So make sure you reach out to me and I will email that to you. And but yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.